With the election coming up, housing affordability is a big issue, especially here in Pennsylvania. Both candidates have promised changes, but will any of these plans actually make it easier to buy or afford a home in our area? Today, I'm taking a balanced, nonpartisan look at the housing policies from Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. My goal here isn't to pick a side, but to help you understand each plan in a simple way and explain what it might mean for us here in Pennsylvania. By the end, you'll see how these ideas could impact our market and your options for buying or renting. Hey, I'm Jim Stevenson, a realtor here in the Philadelphia suburbs. I help people make smart moves in real estate, so if you're looking to buy, sell, or just want to know more about the market, feel free to reach out using the link below. Now let's get started. First, let's look at Donald Trump's approach to housing. His strategy is focused on letting the market do most of the work by reducing regulations to help bring down costs and speed up construction. But what could that mean for Pennsylvania? One key part of Trump's plan is to loosen rules around zoning and construction. He believes that zoning laws and other rules make it harder to build housing, which keeps those costs high. By making these rules easier, he hopes to make it faster and cheaper for developers to start new projects. And here in Pennsylvania, where zoning rules can be pretty strict, this could encourage more building in both the city and the suburbs. In places around Philadelphia where zoning can limit development, this change might allow for more affordable homes close to the city. Trump also supports the idea of using some federal land for new housing, and this might not affect Philadelphia's city center, but in rural areas or towns near federal land, this extra space could help add those housing options. In the suburbs, there might be less federal land available, but new homes built in nearby areas could help ease demand on those suburban markets. Another part of Trump's plan is tax breaks for homeowners. He has mentioned tax cuts that would make buying a home easier, though he hasn't really shared many details. This might be a benefit for middle and upper income families looking to buy, especially in the Philadelphia suburbs where homes are generally more expensive. But this approach doesn't really help those low income families or renters who need affordable options in the city or nearby suburbs. One area where Trump's plan leaves some questions is rental affordability. His focus is mostly on homeowners and making rules easier for builders, but he doesn't say much about rental support or affordable housing protections. With rent prices rising in Pennsylvania's cities and suburbs, renters may not get much help from this plan. Overall, Trump's approach is broader and mostly leaves it up to the market, and this could help new developments move faster in areas where local governments are okay with deregulation. But without targeted help, it might not solve affordability issues for families who need low-cost options, especially in high-demand areas like Philadelphia and its suburbs. Now let's talk about Kamala Harris's approach to housing. Harris has made housing affordability a big part of her platform with some ambitious ideas. But what could that mean for us here in Pennsylvania? One of her main goals is to increase housing supply by building 3 million new housing units across the country over 4 years. Pennsylvania is short nearly 100,000 homes, so this plan could be a big help, especially in places like Philadelphia. Harris also focuses on affordable options by offering tax incentives for builders who create starter homes. For first-time buyers in the Philadelphia suburbs where prices can be high, more starter homes could make homeownership more affordable. Another major part of her plan is direct support for buyers. Harris has proposed offering up to $25,000 in down payment help for first-time homebuyers. For a lot of Pennsylvanians, especially in areas with high prices, this kind of assistance could be the difference between renting and owning. In both Philadelphia and the suburbs where prices keep going up, this would make homeownership possible for more people, especially those moving up from the city. Harris also wants to create a $40 billion fund to support local solutions for housing. And this money would allow communities to tackle their own housing challenges, whether that's fixing up old buildings, expanding rental options, or building affordable housing in specific neighborhoods. In the suburbs, where each town has its own needs, this funding could let each place work on its own unique housing goals while still supporting the affordability overall. While Harris's policies sound promising, there are some downsides to it. For example, her plan doesn't address the shortage of construction workers here in Pennsylvania, and even with funding, finding enough workers to build these homes could still be a problem. And her policies will also depend on local governments being willing to work with them. In the suburbs, where zoning rules are often strict, this local cooperation will be really key. Harris's approach has a lot of potential for increasing affordable housing, but how well it works will depend on solving those local issues like zoning and the labor shortage. So how do these two approaches compare? Both Trump and Harris see that we need more housing, but they go about it in different ways, with their own unique strengths and weaknesses. Trump's approach is based on making it easier to build by, reducing rules around zoning and construction. By letting builders work with fewer restrictions, he hopes to speed up that development and lower the cost. And this might help areas facing, strict zoning, leading to quicker and possibly cheaper construction. Using federal land for housing could also help add supply in those areas that can handle expansion, though this would likely impact more rural Pennsylvania more than the suburbs of the city. Harris, in contrast, she offers targeted help and hands-on assistance, and her plan to build 3 million homes and give incentives for, affordable starter homes is aimed directly at, more of those low and middle income families who feel priced out. Her proposed down payment assistance could make a big difference for first-time buyers in Pennsylvania, especially in Philadelphia and the suburbs where, those home prices are climbing. And her $40 billion fund would allow local areas to address their specific housing needs, which is useful since urban and suburban areas in Pennsylvania face really different challenges. The key difference here is that Trump's approach is broader and relies on the market to reduce costs, which, not really directly help families in need of affordable options. Harris's approach is more focused on affordability with that hands-on assistance for buyers and renters. It's really the difference between making things easier for builders and giving that targeted support for families needing affordable housing. Both plans have possible benefits, but how well they'll work in Pennsylvania will really depend on how they're put into action locally. Trump's deregulation could help speed up building, especially if local zoning rules are made easier, while Harris's focus on affordable housing could help families who need lower cost options in both the city and the suburbs. To get a better idea of how these policies might work, it helps to look at the current housing market here in Pennsylvania, especially in Philadelphia and nearby suburbs. Home prices across Pennsylvania have been steadily rising. In Philadelphia, the median sale price is over $260,000, with some neighborhoods seeing even bigger increases. And it's not just buying that's expensive. Rent is also going up. The median rent in Philly is around $1,650 a month, which is below the national average, but still a stretch for many renters, especially with prices, climbing over the past year. In the suburbs, prices are often higher. So as people look for good schools and more space, those prices tend to climb. Adding to the challenge, Pennsylvania has a significant housing shortage. We're short by almost 100,000 homes, which makes competition and prices go up. Plus, Pennsylvania has some of the oldest housing and buildings in the country, with homes averaging around 57 years old. So we don't just need new homes, we also need renovations to make those older homes more livable. But here's a challenge. Restrictive zoning laws in many parts of Pennsylvania make it hard to build the type of housing that could actually help with affordability. Many places still favor large lot single family homes, which really limits the options for affordable high density housing. There's talk of a statewide zoning code that could make building, those building rules more simpler, but it hasn't happened yet. And if it does, it could work well with Trump's and Harris's plans by allowing, more flexible building rules. Another issue is the shortage of construction workers. Pennsylvania ranks near the bottom in the US for building permits issued, partly because we just don't have enough workers. Even if those developers want to build, not having enough people to do the work could slow down the progress. All this means that affordable housing is a growing challenge in Pennsylvania, affecting everything from attracting new residents to keeping essential workers. And this context is really important when looking at the housing policies from Trump and Harris, because any solution, needs to address these local challenges, whether that's making zoning easier, helping developers, or, supporting buyers and renters directly. So where does all this leave us? Both Donald Trump's and Kamala Harris's housing policies could make a difference, but they take different angles, and that difference will shape how much, they really impact Pennsylvanians. Trump's approach is about reducing regulations and letting the market drive costs down. In areas struggling with zoning restrictions and high building costs, this strategy could make it easier to build and help bring down prices. However, it might not directly help those lower income families or renters who need affordable options in the suburbs or the city. Harris's plan focuses more on targeted, that targeted support for low and middle income families, providing that relief where it's needed most. Her emphasis on down payment help, affordable housing incentives, and and that local funding fits with Pennsylvania's specific challenges, especially in those high cost areas like Philadelphia and the suburbs. If her policies succeed in boosting affordable housing and helping those first time buyers, we might see a shift toward more affordable options here. In the end, both Trump and Harris have ideas that could help, but no single policy is a perfect solution. Solving housing affordability in Pennsylvania, especially around Philadelphia, needs a real mix of support, local action, and massive cooperation. As the election approaches, remember that these proposals could shape the housing market for years to come, whether you're a homeowner, renter, or looking to buy.